Hi, in this instructional video, I'll be covering the kettlebell snatch. The kettlebell snatch is an extension of the one-arm kettlebell swing. Whereas the swing is about projection of power, the snatch is about elevation of power. So we're going to be taking the kettlebell overhead from the swing position. This is a useful technique to develop total body power as well as strength in the shoulder joint, and it can be trained in a traditional set rep scheme like 3 sets of 10 each arm, or it can be used in more of an interval conditioning format to develop total body power endurance. In both methods, technique is vital and important, so we're actually going to be breaking that down here via 2 methods, a bottoms-up approach and a top-down approach. You can decide which method works best for you when learning the kettlebell snatch, but they both lead to that same result of proper positioning and good power from the hips. Before we actually move forward with these techniques, you want to make sure that you've covered the two-handed kettlebell swing in the basic hinge position and the one-arm kettlebell swing, and making sure that you're very comfortable with those before progressing with this. You also want to make sure you have a good range of motion in your shoulder as well. We'll start with the bottoms-up approach. The bottoms-up approach, you're going to go through a sequence of exercises to lead you all the way to the top position. It'll go one-arm swing, one-arm high pull, and then straight into the kettlebell snatch. I generally recommend with learning this, we focus on dropping the kettlebell down once we get it to the top position. You'll see what I'm saying when we get there. So we'll start with 3 one-arm swings. We'll then move into 3 one-arm high pulls. In the high pull, it's a slight elbow bend at the top of the swing in order to just get that comfort with moving the arm, because this is what's going to naturally happen in a very fast manner when you perform a kettlebell snatch, is there's a slight elbow bend. From there, we're going to progress into the one-arm kettlebell snatch. And as I perform the snatch where I get it all the way up overhead, rather than bringing it back down out in front like you might have seen in other technique videos, we're going to bring it down to the shoulder and then back down safely to just practice the bottom up. This is the bottoms-up approach. A quick technique point is going to be the turnover. You actually want to quickly spear your hand through. And so your hand will actually open up slightly to allow the kettlebell to move around the arm. And it looks like this when slowed down, where you actually spear through straight and just finish with more power at the top. If you keep your hand closed on it, you hit the back of the arm, rattles the shoulder, not really a good technique for you. So that's going to be the bottoms-up approach. Now, the top-down approach simply has you get the kettlebell to the top position. In the top position, we want to note that we're actually going to have the kettlebell at a diagonal angle, and our hand should be able to be open. Here. From there, you're going to kick the kettlebell down into the fingers, and then right back up. The kettlebell snatch is an exercise that benefits most from repetition and practice. So really you're going to want to try and integrate it into a lot of workouts. I typically recommend starting with like 3 sets of 10 each arm and just kind of tossing it in there. You're not going to push the weight. You're going to start at a very comfortable weight. Typically for females, this might be an 8-kilogram kettlebell. For gentlemen, a 16-kilogram kettlebell. Really from there, you're going to start to get a little bit more comfortable with it. Learn how to open your hands and how to let that weight transfer down to the fingers. This has been the kettlebell snatch.